What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Reddit video here on the Life Stories channel. My name's Dylan, and today we're going to be looking at some stories from the subreddit Tales from the Front Desk. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. You throw keys at me, and I'm the idiot? I work mostly second shift, and very occasionally NA. On Halloween, we're allowed to dress up in a costume, providing it's appropriate, no big deal. Keep this fact in mind for later. I go on shift at 3, and I'm dressed pretty conservatively as a cat, complete with pink nose, drawn on my actual nose with lip liner. I'm bopping along to a pretty slow day, but all our rooms of a certain type are sold out due to a large company and long-term guests mostly. A guy comes in, and he is with a relatively small church in the area. They have our whole thing arranged, and I get our sales manager to talk to him because they haven't been in the entire year I've been there. Whilst our sales manager chats up the pastor, the guest from the hall comes to the desk. HB will be the guest, and me as well me. HB: I'm checking in, I'm a carbon member. Me: what's the last name on the reservation, sir? Me: Hellbeast. What was so hard about that? How many carbon members does this tiny hotel actually get? For reference, we currently, on an 80% night for 108 rooms, have 30 carbon members in the house. Me: I'm sorry sir, we have a few carbon members still in our arrivals tonight. I see your reservation here, but unfortunately we weren't able to put you on the first floor as requested, and I'm sorry for the inconvenience. HB: that's unacceptable. Someone called me to confirm I was coming in, and they should have reserved my first floor room. How dare you call me and not be able to accommodate my request? At this point, the pastor is outright staring at the situation unfolding, and the sales manager has started walking towards the back to get our temporary general manager. Me: as I said, I'm sorry sir, but the first floor has been taken up all week due to a group, and they're due to check out tomorrow, so after housekeeping gets to the rooms, I can move you if you wish. HB: I'm a disabled veteran. I shouldn't have to stay on another floor. I'm not normally an arsehole, but you'll really piss me off by calling me and not having my room. Me: because it's a question of disability, I can put you close to the elevator so you don't have to walk very far if that's acceptable. This is our last 2 rooms. I'm sorry, sir. HB: don't bloomin' say sorry if you can't fix it. Your sorry does nothing for me. Me: that's unfortunate, sir. Are you wanting your reservation, or shall I see if our sister property, located at 20 miles away, has a first floor room available for the night? HB: I still want my reservation, but you need to comp per night or give me extra points. Me: unfortunately sir, I can't do that, but I can speak to my general manager when he's out of his meeting and let him know your complaints. HP picks up the keys I set in front of him. You stupid bugger, just give me the blooming form so I can go back up to my room. I hand him the room to sign after getting his ID and credit card. He sees that he's on our top floor near the elevator and flips. HB: you can't give me a lower blooming floor, are you stupid or just bad at your job? I'm sorry sir, that's the only room we have where your room type is close to the elevator, and we try to accommodate disability as much as possible. HB huffs and storms off. The pastor who had watched us all go down says to me, you handled that with grace and dignity, and I wouldn't have in that situation, before he and the sales manager finish speaking. I turn the corner and see the temporary general manager and our FOM are standing directly behind the separation wall and immediately ask me if I'm okay. When I affirm I'm okay, they compliment me. 20 minutes later, HB comes back down to the front desk. The first thing he does is try to throw his key sleeve right at me, right as the FOM comes around to the front. The FOM immediately gets between the desk and I, blocking me from the man's view. He's like 6'3" and built, plus he's a black guy, and this old dude was white and most likely racist as hell due to his Confederate flag cap. HB is pale when I peek around FOM. FOM calmly tells HB that he needs to leave or he'll call the police to escort him out. HB starts spluttering about how he's a carbon member and we can't do that to him. HB asks to speak to our general manager. The temporary general manager comes around the wall and says, "Sir, you need to leave, you're no longer welcome at our property, now or in the future." The temporary general manager escorts this dude to his room. He yells at me that I'm lying, I'm not gonna say that word, he won't get away with this because he will call corporate. Later I found out between the SM, the FOV and the GM that the man has been blacklisted at all hotels in the city. This is particularly inconvenient for the man, as we are a smaller city that has a major NFL team stadium a mile and a half away from the hotel, and we're situated between two major cities built for business in the area. Our NA told me that he got a call of an angry man cussing at him about not being able to get a room anywhere, because that, I'm not going to say that word, lied about him, and must be sleeping with someone to have that kind of pull. Well, I don't know about you folks, but I think she dealt with that absolutely perfectly. She didn't rise even when she was getting direct verbal abuse, and just let her manager deal with it properly. Drunk guy needs his car. I work at a ski resort, and was so close to finishing my first season as a night auditor with few problems. The hotel I work at has a very tiny nearby parking, but we do not have a valet. I'm the only one working at night, so if a guest needs their car at night, I have to get the keys out of the lockbox and drive them down to their car. Most of the time I don't have a problem with this, as people tip well after 2 AM. It's Sunday night, so the hotel is pretty empty, so I didn't expect much to happen that night. Enter DG, waddling up to the desk at 4 in the morning. I didn't see him at first because I was in the back working. DG, does anyone work here? NA, yes, how may I help you? DG, I need to get to my car. I noticed that he was slurring his words and that he was having a lot of difficulty focusing his eyes on me. I didn't want him to get to his car and only to drive it into a car of another guest. If you want, I can get the valet to bring it first thing in the morning when they get here at 7. DG, that doesn't work, I need my car now. NA, I'm sorry sir, but the keys are locked up till 7. DG, do I need to break in or something? I need to get to my car. NA, so the keys will be locked up until the morning. If you need to go somewhere, I have a list of taxi companies in the area. DG, I just need my car, where else can I go? You have a room at this hotel, right? Since we're close to the ski resort, there are many other motels in the area. DG, I have a room here, but I need my car. I don't have a key to my room. NA, that's okay sir, can I have your room number and I can make you a new key? DG, yeah, it's room 312. NA, alright sir, can you confirm the last name on the reservation for me? He gave me the last name and I handed him the room key. DG, what do you want me to do with this? Do you want me to go myself? NA, sir, the key is for your room so that you can go there and wait until the valet can get your car in the morning. DG, fine, I'll be back. NA, and have a good night, sir. He stumbled back to the elevator and I assume back to his room. I went back to my work thinking the night was over. 5 AM rolls around and I can hear the sound of someone knocking on the desk. I head out to see DG with a jacket on. NA, how can I help you? DG, I just need my car. NA, sir, I explained to you earlier that the keys to your car are locked up until the valet is here in the morning. If you need to go somewhere now, I can call a cab for you. DG, this is insane. I spent $700 to stay here, and you're telling me that I can't go and get my car? NA, I'm sorry, but this is our policy. DG, but I need to go and get my car. NA, is there something in your car you need? I could see the drunk wheels spinning in his head. DG, I need to get to my car, my phone is dead. NA, what kind of phone do you have? I might have a charger here at the front desk. DG, an iPhone. I check our drawer of chargers and sure enough there was an iPhone charger. NA, here you go sir, is there anything else I can help you with? DG, no, I just wanted my car. Then he started stumbling around the lobby. I suggested a spot in our lobby with a couple of chairs and an outlet in the corner. He just grumbled in response, but eventually sat in the chair and plugged in his phone. I then went back into the back office to finish some work. Not even 10 minutes later, I hit another knock on the counter and head out. NA. Is there anything else I can help you with today, sir? DG. I just want my car, is that too much to ask for? NA. Sir, you can have your car first thing in the morning when the valet is there, but until all that I can offer is taxi services. I can also promise that nothing is open yet. DG, fine, I'll just go outside and make a scene. What do you think about that? NA, I would prefer it if you didn't because I'd have to call the police and they'd escort you off the property. He just sighed and slammed the bottle of whatever he was drinking on the counter. He offered me a drink and I politely declined. He then went outside, sat on the curb whilst drinking. I kept an eye on him for about 10 minutes until he came back inside to check his phone. He didn't even look at me when he went back outside and started to smoke a cigarette. It wasn't until 6 in the morning when he finally came back inside and knocked on the counter again. DG, I need a key to my room. NA, yes sir, just a minute. I made him another room key and sent him on his way. He just about fell into the fireplace we have in the lobby on the way to the elevator. I assume he finally went to his room to pass out. The valet got to work at 7, and since the hotel was near empty, he was the first person I saw since the drunk guy. I told him about the whole story, and that even though the guy demanded his car, I didn't think he was going to be checking out anytime soon. The valet laughed at the whole story and started going around all the floors to collect luggage cards. He came back down a little later whilst trying to tell me that the drunk guy had never made it to his room. He was passed out on a chair in an upstairs lobby. We started laughing about it until our laughter was interrupted by a very loud alarm noise. Turned out the drunk guy had left his phone plugged in downstairs and his boss was trying to get a hold of him. The front desk agent for the morning showed up shortly and I told her the whole story and left before the drunk guy woke up. Well, I think it was much more safe obviously and really compassionate not to let that guy drunk drive and honestly probably saved that guy a lot of trouble in his life. Scary elevator ride. To make a long story short, we were completely sold out on the last night and I was running the whole place to myself for the PM shift. There were 50 check-ins and that was really busy the whole evening, but thankfully went pretty smoothly beside this crazy elevator ride. We had one room left to sell upon my arrival, and within minutes an elderly couple checked into it as a walk-in. They were a little disappointed that there was nothing on the first floor, but didn't whine about it. I warned them that this was the last room and would be on the top floor and far from the elevator, and the husband said, "It'll have to do, we just need a room." A couple of hours later, I got on the elevator with some batteries to bring to a guest. Guess who gets on the elevator with me? The grouchy old man who at this point seems to be very triggered. I smiled and cordially asked him how everything was going at his stay so far, and he began to tremble with rage and his face got completely red. He balls his hands into fists and went on this following tirade. "You bloomin' arsehole, let me give you a piece of my mind. I'm 82 years old and the whole bloomin' parking lot is empty. You lied about being full. You just wanted to see me suffer because you're a pansy douchebag like the rest of your generation. I should have just checked out and gone across the parking lay to the holy day bin." Funnily enough, joke would have been on him as that hotel has the same ownership as us. I tried my best to reason with him and calm him down, but my efforts were futile since he clearly doesn't understand the hospitality industry and continued to call me a pansy. Being stuck on the elevator with him was such a scary experience, and it felt like forever even though I knew he couldn't physically hurt me. I got off on the second to last floor and he followed me. I turned around and said, "Sir, this isn't your floor, the top floor is the one up." He yelled at me, "Bloomin' lying son of a," and went completely silent when he noticed I was indeed correct and the signage didn't match his floor. He stumbled back onto the elevator and as soon as the door was closed let out a really high-pitched shriek at the top of his lungs. Weird, what an evening. What a weird way to try and catch out a hotel, using the number of cars in the parking lot as a correlation to occupancy. So many people stay at hotels because they've come into town for specific reasons, and not simply to travel to another city and sit in the hotel room for a day and a night. But I'm always spoiled. So I'm just a regular FDA, no authority at all, and I'm checking a guest in. Me is me, and SS is special snowflake. Me. Hello sir, checking in? SS. Yeah, the last name is Snowflake. Me. Perfect, can I see photo ID? SS hands the ID. What kind of room do you have me in? Can I get a room with a king bed? I have a special snowflake account. Me. Sees the reservation is made with a third party. So unfortunately tonight, only rooms with king beds we have are suites. And it looks like you've booked through a third party SS. But come on, I'm always spoiled. Me. So I have your account, only second level, but I see you booked through a third party, and that normally forfeits your account benefits. Normally to upgrade to a suite, it would be a $35 extra a night, but I can bump it to $25 for the inconvenience. SS. This is ridiculous. I've been a special snowflake for over 20 years. This is ridiculous. I don't even know why I booked here. Me. Sorry, sir. SS. Just get me a room. Me. Checks him into the room that he was pre-assigned with our lower level and tell him the floor whilst handing him his keys. SS. This isn't the basement, is it? Me. No sir, because we're on a hill, the lower level is also on the ground floor as well as the first floor. SS storms off. I think, wow, what an arse, and move on my night because I'm not rewarding bad behaviour with free upgrades for not even being a top tier special snowflake. SS storms back up. I asked to be not on the ground floor. That's as low as you can get. Why would you put me through this hell? Me. I'm sorry sir, I misunderstood what you wanted. I can go ahead and get you into a different room. SS tosses the key packet at me. Just get me in a different room. Me. Moves to 4th floor. Alright sir, I have you on the 4th floor now. SS. Walks off mumbling about our garbage hotel. Me. Have a wonderful evening sir. I don't understand how you can feel so entitled. Well, I would have put him on the top floor, but near the elevator, malicious compliance. Well guys, that's the end of the video. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, leave a like rating down below, and I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.